Hey Pisces, welcome to your New Year's reading. I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to take a peek at any lessons that you may have learned from 2021 and see what your transition into 2022 is looking like. So we're going to start by pulling some oracle cards to see what overall energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first two cards that came out for you is transformation and relaxation. Let's see what other energies are surrounding you all for 2022. And we have TikTok. So, okay. Pisces, I feel like there was another sign that actually got these same cards coming out for their overall energy. But looking at things, it feels like that there is going to be a profound change that's coming in for you. And this is a matter of divine timing. There feels like a little bit of anxiety that's surrounding these changes that are coming in your direction. And there's a sense that you need to sort of relax and be easy and go with the flow of things that are going to start unfolding for you. I feel like this is going to happen pretty quickly. Not as fast as you, or I will say that it's happening faster than I think what you expected. So there are some things that are coming towards you, Pisces, that you may have been hoping for, that you may have been focused on, but a little bit longer term. There's a sense that things are unfolding more rapidly than you anticipated. And while it might be a little bit unsettling, it feels like now is the time for you to just sort of ease into it and just let go of the reins a little bit is what I just heard. So let's take a peek and see what your biggest lesson was from 2021. Biggest lesson for my Pisces, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. So the Page of Wands is usually a little bit of a spark of excitement, right? There might even be a sense of you in some instances, wow, that flipped out aggressively, getting a little bit ahead of yourself when it comes to things that you're interested in, things that you want to sort of obtain for yourself, things that sort of make you happy. So I feel like there's a sense that you've learned over the past year or so to not get overly excited about things, where it's sort of like you're sort of taking things with a grain of salt until they're sort of fully fleshed out and like physically in front of you. It feels as though there has been quite a few instances where you've been disappointed about things that you got overly invested in, about things that you have gotten super excited about that didn't necessarily come to fruition. So it feels like the biggest lesson that Spirit wants you to take away from 2021 is to sort of manage your expectations, or at least sort of being a little bit more open, being a little bit more flexible, and allowing room for lessons, allowing room for growth. It feels as though when it comes to dealing with other people or new situations in your life, like you go in just absolutely uninhibited, like you go in full tilt, and sometimes you don't necessarily take a step back and see whether or not this is what's truly right for you. And you end up with a little bit of heartache, with a little bit of disappointment. So I think the biggest lesson that you're coming out of 2021 with is to sort of temper yourself, right? To sort of modulate yourself, to not get too terribly excited about things that are coming into your space. Now, the biggest achievement that we have for you in 2021, we had the Knight of Pentacles, and we also have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So what we have for you right now, Pisces, is the ending of disillusionment. And, sort of taking off the rose-colored glasses, looking at things from a different perspective, looking at them a little bit more logically, a little bit less emotionally. And we have you sort of taking steps towards finding that stability, finding that balance, looking for things that are a little bit more long lasting, as opposed to things that sort of make you feel good in the moment. So there's very much a sense of you finding your balance. So that's something that you should be super, super proud of. As far as things that you're leaving behind in 2021, we have that King of Wands in reverse. And again, the King of Wands is a very passionate energy. It's someone who very much operates on emotion and not necessarily logic or balance or anything like that. It's just someone who just goes straight based on their feelings and what makes them feel good. So we have that here for you in reverse, along with the Chariot in reverse. So I think that what you're leaving behind in 2021 is that feeling of needing to act like right now. This is a sense of you sort of holding yourself back, that you are not sort of charging forward without all of the information that you need. It feels like a very sort of chaotic and just very, very intense energy. I feel like you're leaving that in the past in 2021, and you're going to take a more relaxed approach to life and to the opportunities that come your way, to the things that it is that you're trying to achieve, that you're doing it much more intentionally, that you're doing it in a way that's more balanced, and it doesn't feel quite as stressful as you may have been feeling in the past. But let's be clear, there's still something coming towards you. I don't know that it's something that you expect, or at least how and when it's going to happen. But what we have for you in 2022, in 2022, we have the Three of Cups. This is celebration. This is joy. This is friendship, right? So what we see coming towards you in 2022 is a lot of happiness. There's going to be good reason to celebrate. It's going to be you surrounded by people who are enthusiastic for you and people who are enthusiastic about you. So there are good things coming towards you in 2022. There is absolutely going to be a reason to celebrate. We're not going to take all of those cards that just fell out. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is your opportunity to receive, right? Where you may have been giving a lot before, where you may have been pushing things forward. This is you sort of taking a step back and allowing the universe to bring those gifts into your life. This is you sort of relaxing into the path that the universe has set for you. Now, your biggest challenges, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we also have the Ace of Swords that came out, both of them upright. So it feels as though your biggest challenge is going to be maintaining that balance and being able to sort of articulate what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and sort of standing firm in that energy. And I swear on my life that there was another sign that got this same type of energy out of their reading. I can't remember which one it is right now, but it's going to, I think, be a little bit hard for you to let go, to loosen up those reins a little bit. And we saw you, I think, leaving that in the past, right? But it's not something that happens for you overnight, especially not the part about you being in a place of receiving more than what it is that you're actually giving, to let go of control a little bit on what's coming in towards you. So, you know, the biggest obstacle towards you in this celebration and this happiness and you receiving might be you're trying to maintain control of things. So that might be something that you want to keep an eye out for, Pisces. All right, now looking at the overall theme for 2022, we have the Ace of Cups and we also have the Two of Cups in reverse. So there feels like there's going to be a release, and this could be in a sort of partnership. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but something that you were, I think, maybe holding on to a little bit or hoping would work out with somebody, whether, again, this is a romantic partner, whether or not this is a business partner. It doesn't look as though that's going to be what sort of pans out in 2022 for you. But the one thing that we do see for the overall theme is Ace of Cups. That's a new beginning. That's a new sort of emotional connection. So it might be that you are leaving someone behind that you were super passionate about, and you are making space for a new beginning with someone else, that you are now in a place where you realize that, you know, perhaps this pairing did not serve me. And even though it's a little bit difficult to get out of that space, I know that this is not what's going to make me happy. So now it's time for me to open up myself and to infuse a little more logic, I guess, in the people and situations that I involve myself in. It feels like there is a new opportunity for you. And I do think that this has to do with some type of partnership. Again, whether it's business or whether it's romantic, that there is going to be someone who comes in who takes this weight off of you, who is in a place where they are giving as much as you give, if not more. And this is something that you're not accustomed to. I feel like you're accustomed to constantly giving to other people, and now is your time to receive. So what we have in terms of advice from Spirit, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So this is someone who, when it's upright, we're not taking all of those cards. When the Seven of Pentacles is upright, this is somebody who's already sort of planted their seeds and they're waiting for them to bear fruit, right? So when we have it in reverse, this is someone who's sort of no longer waiting. And again, we have the Emperor in reverse that came out to clarify. So I do think that this is going to be related to your dealings with someone else, Pisces. That we have the Emperor in reverse. It feels as though you're going to let go. You know, Spirit is saying for you to let go of a couple of things. So one, it's this person who is not as stable, I think, as you need them to be at this point in your life. This is also you giving up a certain level of control. This is you sort of letting go of, again, taking this burden on yourself. This is you letting go of being the person who consistently puts in all of the effort, puts in all of the energy for this other person. So I feel like Spirit is saying that, you know what, it's time for you to chart a new path. This is absolutely time for you to chart a new path. And so what we have for you going into 2022, we have the Queen of Wands and we also have the Nine of Wands. So these two cards to me are cards of perseverance, right? So we have the Queen of Wands, someone who comes in, who is fiery, who is self-assured, who is confident. And I think that that's a part of your transformation, Pisces, going into 2022. Whereas you spent time before sort of people pleasing, making sure that everybody else was okay, putting in all of the effort into these relationships. This is someone who's coming in with a little bit of gumption, right? They're coming in with a little bit of fire. They got their own spark, but that spark is for themselves. And so I think, Pisces, that you've been through enough where you're kind of like, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of expending all of my energy for people that don't appreciate it, and I'm not getting anything in return. So I feel like your transition coming into 2022 is you pouring that energy back into yourself. That fire, that effort that you were giving to others is something that you're going to turn the focus inward now. That you're going to, we're not going to take all of those, that you are giving all of this attention to you. And I think that that's going to serve you well. It's going to put you in a different place. And okay, Pisces, your cards are coming out in chunks. I literally only need like one or two. Okay, there we go. We got one card for you. Energy flows where my intention goes is the first card that we have out for you. And let's see what other message we have from Spirit. We have think things through. And so I think that these cards, Pisces, are a part of your transformation. They're a part of your transition into 2022, that you are shifting your focus from other people who aren't reciprocating to yourself. That's what we saw in your transition, right? Taking this last bit of energy that you have in shifting how you move through this world. You are pouring that energy back into yourself, and you're being a lot more thoughtful about the people that you have around you, about the situations that you involve yourself in. And I feel like once you start to make this shift, Pisces, that things are going to start moving very, very quickly. With this TikTok card, I think as you relax into this new energy that you're embracing, where you're more focused on yourself, where you are not so wrapped up in spending all of your time and all of your energy on other people, you're going to see a shift that happens in your world, right? And so what we see is you giving that energy to yourself. We see that celebration. We see that happiness. So this is coming in for you, Pisces, but it's going to take a sort of shift in your own mindset to get the ball really moving. So take some time for you, right? Figure out what it is that you want. And the energy that you were giving to other people that didn't necessarily serve you, pour that into you. And watch what happens. Watch what the universe brings you, because it's a matter of time, but it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to leave it there for you guys. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.